So welcome to Thailand and Loi Kratong. That is the festival of light that is celebrated on the full moon in October in Thailand. Now, I was very fortunate to have actually experienced Loi Kratong myself. I went and taught in Thailand for 6 months in 2015, I think, which was a great experience. I taught in a school in the middle of the country, surrounded by rice fields. No one spoke any English, which meant that I had to learn Thai. And when I was teaching, I was switching between Thai and English, and it was really great fun. And when I went to the Loi Kratong festival up in Kampang Phet, was the name of the city that we went to, it had an enormous river that swept through the middle of it. Yes, we'll go with that word. And because we went there at night, you could see all of these candles floating down, and there was like a fun fair festival thing on the edge with lots of Thai dancing and Thai music and stuff. That was when I first ate a cockroach and some maggots and stuff that were all dried with salt. It was like apparently a delicacy up there. Tried it, don't need to eat it again. So anyway, and then once we kind of experienced all of that, we went and purchased our kratong, which was made out of a banana tree stalk thing. I will, hopefully there's some pictures right now that you can see, and then there was banana leaves and flowers coming out of it, and a candle on the top, and then sometimes you put some money in it, and basically you place the kratong in the water, and it would, you were thanking the water spirits for having water to drink, having water to clean ourselves, and also just sending a wish and saying thank you for something, which is really lovely. So because of that, I thought it'd be nice if we made our own kratongs, and then maybe you could go and find a stream that maybe you could do a wish or a thank someone, and then float that off in an evening whilst the evening's still quite dark. Now, if you are going to do that, make sure that your materials are completely 100% recyclable and biodegradable, because obviously if we're floating things down the river, we wouldn't want to be polluting anything. Of course, if you don't want to do that, maybe you could just put it on your windowsill with a candle in it, or just do it for decoration. So I thought I'd show you how to do it. So I've already made one ready to go for my candle to go into the middle. So I thought I'd show you another one. So what you're going to need a paper plate, or if you're like me, I haven't got a paper plate, so I got a piece of card, or maybe you could get a cereal box card and cut it into a circle. You need some coloured paper. Now, if you don't have any coloured paper, again, you could get some white paper, colour it in all the way with a felt tip or a colouring pencil, whatever you've got, and then you can cut out the petals yourself. You need a pair of scissors, and you need a glue stick, okay, and also a ruler and a pencil. So I'm just going to turn my camera down so hopefully you'll be able to see it. So here we have my I'm just going to move that out of the way, my kratong base, okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw my lines. I'm going to cut it into quarters first. I'm going to do another line. And how many pieces have I cut it into? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've cut it into eighths. Okay, so I'm happy with that being basically the size of my first petal. I'm then just going to draw some petally shapes, which I will cut out in a minute. Now, they don't have to be that precise because you will be putting things over the top of them. Anyway, other leaf shapes. I don't know if you can see mine, so you can see that it's going to be a different shape. Anyway, however it ends up, it's your Kratong, so it doesn't really matter what colour it is or what shape it is, it's what you want. So that is the basis of all of my leaves, and I'm going to try and make sure that I get them, all of my leaves looking similar. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to try and do my biggest petals first, okay? So I do my big petals, and I know I'm going to need 8 of them at least. So cut out my big petals. I'm obviously speeding this up so that you don't see it all the way through, because you're going to have a go yourself. Cutting out my big petals, and then I get my glue, and I'm not going to stick it all down this time, and I will explain why in a minute. So that's one petal, and I'm going to go do my next one. My next one, so I'm going to put it in the next 8th, and again I'm just going to stick it down in the bottom half of the thing. I will do one more green petal so that you get a good idea of what it's going to look like. Cut out my 3rd petal. Now in Thailand, their main religion is Buddhism. There is some Christianity and Islam there as well, but this is a Buddhist festival where they're saying thank you. There are similar festivals in other religions, but this is how they choose to thank their water god. Right, so I've got my 3 petals. I'm now going to change the colour, but I'm going to make my petals slightly smaller than what they were before. Some of you might be wondering, what did a cockroach taste like? Didn't really taste of anything apart from salt, and it was crunchy. I'll see if I can find the picture of me eating it for you to see. Hopefully you can see it now. There you go, lovely. There you go. And so I'm sticking this one in the middle, but again, I'm not sticking it all the way down. And again, I will show you why in a moment. That's now my 2nd colour. So each time my leaf gets smaller as we go. Okay, so now I've done the red. I'm going to change to another colour. I'm going to go to yellow. And again, slightly smaller again. You might want to do a different shape leaf to what I've done. That's perfectly fine. It's entirely up to you. And the ones that you actually see in Thailand are very 3D. They are quite ornate. Something that I saw whilst I was there, which was a little bit sad, because you know, there's people that have to do that. So people often put money in them, and further downstream, you would have people looking inside them, trying to take the money out. As my Thai friend said at the time, you know, they're reaching in there because they need it. So maybe, you know, we're giving thanks, but maybe, you know, it's doing a good thing. So now what I'm doing is I'm just cutting out the card in between the petals, as you can see. And then what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to try and bend them up. And you can do this with a pencil. You can roll up the paper to kind of make it a bit more leafy. So hold on, can you see that? A bit closer. I'm rolling it up. And can you see? So I'm going to go roll, 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 kind of as far as I can. The tighter you roll it, the more curly the leaf will be. Roll that up, and there we go. Roll, can you see that? So now I'm kind of getting a bit of a curvy, leafy effect, whereas on my first one, I didn't really do that, so it's going to be much more difficult for me to do that. I could still probably do it a little bit, but certainly not to the same extent. So you carry on going, carry on going, carry on going, until you're completely covered your entire Kratong, and then you put a little candle in the middle and float it off downstream. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you with your finished Kratongs. Bye!